What's going on, people? This is the Pointe crew. I'm Darren,
Sage.
and we're gonna be talking about Super Sentai and Kamen Rider and Tokusatsu. Basically, going to talk about Kyoryoger 4 and 5. What do you think about that?
I'm glad they, haven't lost their plot already. Just like Go Sage lost its plot. I don't know what Go Buster's plot was. It lost him like within like 2 episodes.
Honestly, that doesn't matter. That didn't go well at all. This one, on the other hand, it did something that I didn't think it would do. Like, most Super Sentai nowadays have this formula where after like the 5th or 6th episode, it goes into this
Monster of the Day.
Yeah, this filler thing where you have monster comes up, they fight it unmorphed, they fight it morphed, it blows up, giant monster.
Robot,
Yeah. This one, on the other hand, it follows what kind of reminds me of back in 2001 with Gal Ranger, and I think it was 2003 with Opera Rangers, where you have multiple doors per episode, which leads the plot in a little bit easier. So when you have that, and also episode 5 to introduce Ramirez. Yeah, Ramirez, aka Cordy Siren. So it also brings in other Rangers into it. So I don't know. This actually was much more interesting than other seasons have been.
Having seen episode 5 and knowing episode he's gonna stick around with episode 6, do you think Cyan will stick around? Like, I'm not saying it'll be like every episode, but do you think he'll like show up from time to time?
Yeah, because this thing is kind of similar to I don't think you ever watched Power Rangers Jungle Fury.
I did.
Okay, you know how they had the Spirit Rangers?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be just like that.
Did they show up a lot? Because I saw like
not really
about half of it.
About like 3 or 4 times. Like, it was the first time they introduced them, then like the last couple battles. But it was good for the plot.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, it's like when they summon the Zord, they might summon hit them. So it'll still be good. Like, he might not be a part of the main roster.
I just hope he never devolves to the point where he just shows up just to summon the Zord. Like, at least show up for part of the fight. Don't just show up and be like, I forget what it's, Ankylodon, go! And then he's gone again, like they did with, what's his name? SPD, the 6th one.
Oh, you talking about Deca Masters?
No.
Deca Break?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the equivalent of Deca Break and SPD.
Oh, the Omega Ranger.
The Omega Ranger, yeah. Where he literally at one point is like, Cat goes, I'm deploying the Zords and the Omega Ranger.
Because he's just a thing. He
was a thing. It just evolved to that point. I was like, Jesus, please don't let Kyoryu Cyan ever get that bad. Like, just so long as he doesn't just show up like he's in a movie, like how they do the movies where the Rangers just show up for the roll call and that's it. Don't ever let it get to that point. That would be fucking terrible.
What about the possibilities of the other 5 Rangers that could show up later on?
That'd be amazing.
I mean, if it happens, I'm down with that, because obviously they already got Gold lined up. Before April is out, we'll see Gold.
And that was one of the silhouettes in the script explanation.
Well, recently this week they showed what Gold looks like, so we have an idea of what the other Rangers, like the other Legendary 5, will look like. We already know what Cyan looks like. It's just a repaint of blue, but Gold looks like a standard 6 Ranger, so it's not going to be that bad. Do
you think he's gonna be a legendary, or do you think he'll be somebody new?
I remember some people saying it was gonna be that bird dude. I forgot what his name was.
Torin?
Yeah, Torin. Or some people say it might be Torin, but I don't think they'll do.
Torin is Zordon.
Yeah, I don't think they'll
Zordon
do the mentor becoming a ranger thing.
They haven't done that since what? Deca Master? Wait, no, Magi Ranger.
Woolzord? No, the mother, Magic Mother.
Yeah.
That was Benjamin.
Huh? Yeah.
That's the last time I remember them doing it, where like the mentor actually like morphed and like kicked ass. Like, otherwise they're always like just sideline dudes. So we switch gears for a second to Kamen Rider. What did you think about like the whole storyline of Mayu and Nisa, like Mayu overcoming the phantom inside of her and just going, nah, I reject. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep on being myself.
I like that. Like, I think we talked about this some time ago, where Wizard was having plot, like the plot was moving along, but mostly it was
stale in a way.
It was starting to follow this Monster of the Week thing, where the victim would almost become a phantom, and then what's his name? Haruto.
Without fail, he would save him. Like, whoever it was like, nah, I got it.
Either him or Beast would save him.
Yeah.
And that would happen for like a couple times, and every 2 episodes, it was about to happen every other episode. This one, Medusa had him crippled. Beast was
Like their
not
plan
there.
was actually on point
Yeah.
enough to like shut Haruto down. He couldn't do anything. So
Yeah.
he just like Mayu was just left on her own to just like transform and like I was wondering. I was like, is she gonna transform and is this him gonna fail, or is she? Because I actually for once I didn't know which direction it was gonna go, and that was exciting to me.
I honestly thought she was gonna transform and it was just gonna break him down. Like that would have been really either way on how
Dark
to
Wizard?
win. Yeah. If he would have had a dark moment or what really happened when the White Wizard came to save, well not when I saved her, she saved herself, but she just came and just stopped calling the fight. But if she would have transformed, that would have taken the show to a whole, area where.
So how far are the toy catalogs out? Because I know it's September to September. So how far out are they? Because we're already at like 27.
They previewed the Wizard of Infinity.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Wizard of Infinity toy. I don't think I've seen Wizard of Infinity yet, but there's an SH figure arts of Beast Hyper, so we already know what that looks like. So
That actually might be the next episode.
yeah, it's the next arc.
Yeah, Beast Hyper is the next arc, and then right after that, I would assume it's gonna be Infinity.
If not the one after, it's gonna be like down the line in April. He's gonna get his last form. But I mean, that's given.
Yeah.
It's come to the point. I think it's like Kabuto, where it's like episode 30 is gonna be the final form.
Well, since I want to say double. Yeah.
Okay. What's up?
Because they've accelerated. It used to be like you get your final form in like the mid 30s.
Yeah.
Towards the end, but now they're trying to like push it back so that they can match up with movies and shit.
Yeah.
So there's that. Now speaking of Kamen Rider, I do want to talk about what is it, Bat Ride War?
Yeah. The new game for the PS.
God, that looks amazing. Like it's still Kamen Rider Muso or Dynasty Warriors Kamen Rider, whatever you want to call it. But oh my God, it's just the amount of characters that they've shoved into it.
It's just the fact that we got a game like this, and Kamen Rider kind of has that notoriety for being like a last minute kind of thing when it comes to the systems. But they took their time with it. It actually looks worth buying. And they're bringing back a lot of old actors, to reprise their voices for the game. And
They've got all the old songs, so you can just get into it, and as you're playing, Blade, you can hear Round Zero hopefully in the background and shit. And they put all the form changes. They didn't half-ass it. It's just oh yeah, it's just you got your 14 riders, and then the newer ones can Wizard can form change, and the rest of y'all is stuck in base.
Well, usually they just give them base form, hyper mode, or whatever they're allowed. But that's how it usually works.
In this one, I think they have all the forms. I think Blade can go Jack and King.
Which that wouldn't surprise me, because that actually worked for, especially he's the main character writer.
Well, they also got the other riders, and I'm pretty sure Garen can go Jack form.
Well, he only has one form, so that doesn't really matter. But yeah, I mean, this game is really nice, and they implement the bikes in that game as well, which is
I keep forgetting about the bikes, so it's silly.
I mean, I mean, that was the biggest thing I liked about the game, because everybody forgets about the bikes, in one way or another. The name Kamen Rider is our title.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that they're implementing the bikes within the game is just such a great thing to use. I'm probably in the game just so I can use somebody's bike. If they use Double's bike in all the ways.
If they let me transform Kabuto's bike into the fucking ATV shit, yeah.
And I won't get the hack's bike. So I can do that kid.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, I want that. So, I mean, I'm just glad to see Toku at a point where now we're finally at something interesting.
Yeah.
At least to me.
Both shows have done something they haven't done in a while, which kept me interested in both the shows. Because plot. Because usually I'm either into one or the other. Right now, it's I can actually see myself.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you about how they're every year Sensei's either on or off?
It's been an every other year thing. Listen, the last one was Go Kaiju, but I kind of give that a pass because Anniversary Series.
It was supposed to be good.
Yeah, and then the one before that was
Go Savior.
No, the one that was good actually.
Oh, Shinkenger.
I really like that one.
See, it's always one. It's been one on and one off since Geki Ranger.
Yeah, but I mean that's how it is now. Because they gotta make ideas, and it's just hey, just throw this one. What is it about angels? I don't know.
You can tell, to some extent, just how developed the characters are, or the ideas, or the theme that they have for the season. You can always tell, just how much work they put into it.
Yeah.
Last year it was we've got spies. Okay, cool. So are the villains spies too? Because that would make a lot of sense to have like a secret war where like the heroes fight the villains, but nobody knows about it. No. This time our villains are like, you know, Kilokon and
Kilokon? What?
Kilokon and Matthew or whatever that guy's name was.
What was it, Matt Frank or something?
The little computer geek in the background is angry at the world or whatever. Except this time he speaks French.
You made a Sabbath reference.
I did. I hope everybody watched it. But I think that's enough for now. We'll be back, obviously, to talk about if Kamen Rider and Sensei can keep their forward movement. But that's it for now.
In the meantime, like and subscribe. Catch y'all later.